We're two hitchhikers. We met while hiking Mount Baldy with mutual friends, wasted no time, got engaged on a frozen alpine lake, got hitched, and have been adventuring together since. We're embarking on a new adventure of living big in a tiny home. Let's see how this goes.
Adventure awaits.
Well, Ruben's workday has come to a close, which means we can focus on getting that barn door built and installed. Remember a couple of weeks back when I stained those maple boards? Well, now those boards finally get put to use. Of course, this project involves cutting, drilling, and cutting some more. But now, finally, it can all be pieced together.
I'm like so excited to drill holes that I forgot to get the damn bolt socket. I need to drive this in.
That's a good sturdy door.
Looks nice.
I like the stain a lot.
Me too.
And yes, we can now put a check mark next to the barn door installation. All right, hopefully you can see me because it is quite a warm and clear day. It is a beautiful day. So what I have here is a potato seed. So if you've ever left potatoes in your cupboard for far too long and they start developing roots, no, you are not supposed to eat them at that point, but it's considered a potato seed. So these have been in a quiet little space in the house and producing more of the roots. I got a little bug there. And it is now almost past the time to plant these. So what I'm going to do today is make a raised garden bed with some of the scrap wood that we have around here. This was not part of our building plan, but I have to put these into some soil and get these going before we are past our prime time. So I've gathered a lot of the scrap wood we had and started putting it into piles to see what I have. I have about 18 potato seeds. I've got russet, white, and red potatoes, and they need to be spaced about 12 inches apart, so I'm seeing what I can do. So I'm hoping for a raised garden bed that is approximately 3 feet high and maybe 6 feet long by maybe 2 feet. So we'll see what happens. Wish me luck. I am just winging it. There's no absolute plan, and if something doesn't work, well, Ruben will have to fix it later. All right, well, I have crudely cut the wood that I think I need, and I'm gonna get started. So I'm going to give it the old college try, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but here's going. And there's a little lizard trying to use that piece as a sunspot. Sorry, dude, you're gonna lose that spot. I'm gonna go for the potatoes. All right, here's going. Here goes nothing. So I know this is looking quite crazy. Our ground is obviously a gravel pad and it is not perfectly level. So I'm sort of trying to do the best I can. The screws right now are close to being 100% tight, but not entirely. So once I get all four corners locked into place, then I'll use the level and then I'll square it up and then I can add the remaining pieces and hopefully it will work. But let's just keep going. I was able to get cedar plank walls going up. Haven't decided if we're gonna do one more set going all the way across, but I'm at a little bit of a stopping point. So what we have here is about 2.5 feet wide by a little over 5 feet long, which is a good size for the potatoes. But the reason I'm at a stopping point is I need to put some structural bracing either down the length or across the width. And I don't have any 2x4s that are scrap pieces that are longer than 2 feet long. And I don't necessarily want to rip any pieces that are intended to use for a specific project. So I'm going to wait to talk to Ruben and just use this as an opportunity to go inside, cool off, and get something to drink. Good news is I have one 2x4 that I can utilize. So I'm gonna make this work somehow. Right on cue. So it's still early in the morning. It hasn't heated up yet. Today's supposed to be another hot day. I am still waking up, hence the cup of coffee in my hand, but I want to go ahead and plant the potato seeds with the soil that we currently have, get it mixed in there with the nutrients that we have, because I don't want to put them in hot soil. It's going to heat up pretty significantly later. Ruben approved my garden bed. It's structurally a-okay, even though it's very choppy, literally, and it is primarily made of cedar, so it shouldn't have any issues with the water rotting aspect of things. So I will finish this and get going on getting my hands dirty. All right, so I left their sprouts a little exposed so I knew proper spacing as I was planting all of these. So I have all of the russets on this side. I have the red potatoes in the center, and then I have the white potatoes at the very end. So I'm covering these sprouts up now, and then I'm going to support the sprouts so they don't break because I need to put another layer of soil on these because the sun's coming out and we don't want them exposed to sun. And then we just hope that nature does what she's supposed to do and we have potatoes come harvest time. All right, well, the potato raised garden bed is complete. The potatoes are planted and we added a layer of sawdust on the top to act as a mulch. The sun here is incredibly strong, and although potatoes do like a lot of sun, I think it's like 6 to 8 hours, we decided it would be a good idea to go ahead and add another layer of these cedar planks just to give them a little more shade in the morning before the sun gets too strong. If we need to, we'll go ahead and add an awning, and that's why these are still raised in case we have to attach some PVC pipe and some wire. I don't know, we'll figure that out, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For right now, we're okay with the deer not accessing anything, but once they actually start to sprout, we'll see if we actually need to add a little bit more security. But also the deer don't tend to come this close to the house, so we think this might be a risk worth taking, but we shall see. And we'll also see if we have some spuds to harvest when the time comes. I'm excited. Spring here is now in full swing. We've had consistently cool nights in the 40s and daytime highs in the 80s. Nature seems to have come alive overnight. The thing about spring here, it seems to bring about bright, warm sun just as fast as chilly, dark clouds. The sprinklers around the casita were running just fine for about 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden they stopped. So I thought, uh-oh, something happened at the pump house. We lost water pressure right away. So I quickly made my way over this direction, and then on the way, I noticed this here. I just got off the phone, FaceTimed Ruben just to show him what had happened. I feel terrible because he's just working so hard, and this is one more thing he has to add to his plate. What's next? Our first line of business is to fix the irrigation issue of the sprinkler head busting its cap. We can't water any of the pasture nor any of our newly planted, albeit tiny, crops. One can hardly say we know what we're doing, but we have faith and hope and a will to press on. What is it again? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We'll figure this out on a wing and a prayer. Check back next week for the progress report. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Monday.